Time zones, everybody, and welcome. Yes, the OBOs have started in earnest before we even started stream. In this instance, it was an OBO on the power switches. Yes, I turned on the wrong power switch. I turned on the one next to the one that powers the video playback device. And so when I started stream, I thought, oh, OBS is broken. No, it wasn't OBS. It was the fact that the device just wasn't there. Oh, it's going to be a scuff stream. We are so totally scuffed from the start. However, greetings and welcome to everybody, and thank you for putting up with the absolute insanity that is my life and my inability to actually focus on anything more than about... Nope, moving on. Greetings to Frauke and TGM and Blast and Raven and Landstrad and I could have sworn I saw more people. I might have done, I might not have done. I may be hallucinating everything. Are you all hallucinations, chat? If you are, why are you in my mind? No. If I'm a hallucination, how do I get you out of my mind? Oh, we're all doomed. It's going to be one of those streams. I do hope that everyone is well, however. Please ignore the madness. This is entirely normal. Your mileage may vary. Your ability to actually cope with anything is entirely down to you. I hope that everyone is well. Between streams, I might have gone on a recruitment hunt. Yeah, we now have 6 neutered Gordons, just in case. Yep. so be it. Let's see. I have no idea how to pronounce that, so I'm going to make a guess. Use Ukthreefi? I'm going to hope that that's at least something vaguely approximating how you pronounce it. Thank you for the follow, either way. Is it bedtime yet? No, I'd say it's still midday. Also, welcome, Tor. And just as... Okay, were you waiting for me to get to the bottom of the hill before deciding to actually trade in those points? We have another Gordon to recruit. And TGM, put some clothes on. It's early in the stream for somebody to be wandering around streaking. Oh, that's 2. Okay. Red Robin. And before I completely fail to pay attention today, Landstrad, are there any restrictions on where I should be placing Red Robin? Also, anywhere but Barracks 2. Okay, there are restrictions. And apparently Tor is also on a 15 stream streak. And Hunter is on a 25. Goodness. Whoop whoop. Yep. I forgot to pick up name tags. The problem is whoop whoop just makes me think of that terrible set of adverts. And now I'm going to move on from that. Thank you to everyone for joining. Means Twitch hasn't twitched for 25 whole streams. Yeah. Jason probably wouldn't beat it. Right, so far I need... Is it 2 or 3? Things have gotten a little bit rushed past me. No, it's 2. Okay. Off by 1 error on my train of thought. That's always a good start. Right, so we need... I do hope that's not got any typos in it. Gaheris? I hope that's right for okay. I'm looking at this 3 times, double checking, making sure. He's making a list, he's checking it twice. He's wondering just how many of the stream are going to be streaking today. Today on, everybody's streaking. Right. I'm half expecting Raven to turn up next with a 90-odd stream streak or something, just to really put all of you to shame. He's going to be singing... Right, so Geharis. Actually, I should do my documentation first. If you don't do your documentation first, and in an appropriate manner, you will never remember to do your documentation. Hold on. Now, how do you end up not having an extra page? Oh well. I think even the horse is upset at me now. Did I say an old Betsy? Yes, I did. Right. So that is the paperwork for Frauke done. And Landstrad. Hey, Raven. We have Red Robin. So anything other than 2. So let's go for building 4. 1. Hey, Raven. I think I said that already. You were here already. I am not going to apologize for that one. The assumption being that I have a grip on what's going on. And this ends up... Oh, these are my last two raw recruits. I mean, when did I ever look like I had a grip on Reality Raven? I'm not even sure I have a grip on today. On today? I'm not even sure. Nope. Nope. Reality can go away. You know, it would be nice to sleep. It's like 3 hairs past a freckle. There we are. I mean, I have a... Oh, yes. Speaking of grip on things, you may notice my left hand appears to be empty. It's not. It just appears to be. I have installed the Invisible Totem of Undying resource pack so that we don't have that thing taking up half the screen. I pondered going for the minimal-sized ones, but the invisible one seemed reasonable. I know it's there, you know it's there. We all know that it's going to end up being popped repeatedly because I have all the ability to avoid being murdered of day-old squirrel. Right, Geharis. Probably a bad pronunciation of that as well. No, I picked the version that doesn't affect shields. There is a version that will reduce shields and will reduce totems, but I didn't go for that. Wait. 90 will be either tomorrow or Monday. Pretty sure you're supposed to be at 89. Counter says 88. Counter is slow. Look, you lot. I know you... Yep, pleased to... I know you're pleased to see me. And Geharis, apparently. But would you let me get... Yay! Frauke's on a 10-stream streak. Look. Percival. Let me... Good girl. And they're now jumping into the boat. Percival, Percival, Percival. What are we going to do with you? Other than, you know, launch you out a window by accident? Do I need to get one of you a large... I'm not so sure it's shell-shocked anymore. I mean, look at this lot. You guys are making this very, very difficult. Oh, just in the boat. Yeah. Right, fine. You lot stay there. And while you lot stay there, I'm going to go and actually add the name up here. Ooh, payday. Gawain and Galahad have decided to double check what I'm up to. And you lot are still in the way. Do I need to start bringing a fishing rod up here? You know what? There. Right. Red Robin. Red Robin. Red Robin. I've been a Red Robin for many a year, and I haven't got a clue where the whiskey and beer is going. No, what? That's Wild Rover, you twit. Apparently I'm in a mood. Not quite sure what mood it is, but we're all doomed. Channel points and streaks stop working. I mean, Yay for Twitch. See, this building, they're clearly much more, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, much more, controlled, and unlikely to drive me up the danged wall. Nope. Just no. Hey, True Purple. Welcome to the chaos. Today is getting weirder already, and we're barely started. Right, before I... Oh, no, hold on. I still need a Betsy. Before I clear the channel points trade-ins. I brought up the channel point requests queue and was like, no, still can't close that. I've got to get a Betsy. Let's put the boats in here, because we're going to need them soon. You lot are going to be needed shortly, don't worry. Right, let's go and get a Betsy, because I think I'm short of, well, any. But we will quickly repair one up by stealing it from the supplies. Anyone think I was actually getting good at this flying malarkey? Guaranteed that now that I've said that, I'm going to end up going splat into a building. Right, let's see. One of those and two of those. Actually, I can probably get away with that one. No, I can't. Fine. Betsy with swords. They are knights after all. Yeah, we can probably work that. I don't actually have an upgrade path for equipment. But we'll probably just allow conversions on Betsy. Right. Only Arthur had a magical one. Yes, and then Mordred had so much fun. No, where am I going? Then Mordred had so much fun actually using that against him in the final battle. And for those who have no idea what I'm talking about, I do recommend the Harlequin Chronicles. They are an incredibly surreal but fun set of books. And then when Mordred couldn't actually kill Arthur because he's actually a good bloke, the Harlequin killed him instead. Honest Gov, I have not given away much there. It's pretty obvious somebody's going to do it. And besides, there's like 14 books in the series. Alright, what were we doing before we got thoroughly distracted by hitting the complete all button? Thank you to everyone for all of your channel points. I am glad that actually putting in all of this and putting the work in so that we have this channel points system is actually being A, abused, and B, enjoyed. Or at least I hope it is. Speaking of swords, Robin after next is likely to be then gone. Damien came with a sword and is more than a life of a okay. That actually makes sense, Landstrat. Right. So the thing is, I don't like this hole in the world. But actually, what I'm not liking is the fact that I reckon that we can do a bit of collapsing here, which is a bit early. It's only Thursday. You're not really supposed to collapse until Friday. And believe me, this Friday's stream may be rum enhanced. Yeah, it's been that sort of week. And while I'm still not feeling perfect, I think rum will definitely be approved. I nearly had to break out several anvils today at work. You'll collapse when you please, thank you very much. Well, yes, I'm not going to argue with that one. We'll collapse where you want to, we can collapse in all of mine. And if you don't collapse, then you don't collapse, well, it's no skin off mine. No, that doesn't sound right. How big is this? No. Not going to even finish that statement. Heck. I might as well. How big is this hole? Is this hole? How big is this hole? How am I gonna dig it out when I need to build random things? Yeah, whatever. Before I butcher that any further than I already have. I'm pretty sure you've already quoted that. Why am I not surprised that I've already said that one before? Yes, the madness. The madness. The madness is kicking in. Also known as an average day around here. What I might do is flood... Oh, I can't flood all of this. I've just realised. There's this stonking great big owl down here. Stonking great big owls. It's a stonking big hole. Alright, what we really need is just to make this look reasonably reasonable like. Is it failing to word if all of the words are accurate, correct, and in something approximating the right order, but just really make no sense in the first place? Oh dear. Oh dear. And this is why Raven having an accurate copy of the list of quotes is usually a bad thing for me. We have too many whole quotes. I mean, does that mean we have a whole lot of whole quotes? Holy whole quotes, Batman. Batman? That's almost as bad as that's almost as bad as Batman Forever's Holy Rusted Metal Batman. This island, it's made of holy rusted metal. At which point, I believe everybody who watched that film A, facepalmed, and B, decided, why are we watching this? And nobody should ever respond to that with holy whole quotes. Okay. Nobody upon any form of reality should ever respond to that film with without thinking, oh dear God, the bat nipples. Was that the bat nipples? Or was that... Well, I mean, that was also the bat credit card. Which is just as bad as well. Bat credit card. Never leave the bat cave without it. Apparently I'm carrying all the dirt. For those wondering whether or not the squirrels are completely overloaded, yes they are. Right, I brought that down since I didn't actually need it. Sorry, let me rephrase that one. Since I knew I would need it, didn't actually need it? So I know that the cave heads off in there it is. I mean, it does sort of make sense. It reminds me an awful lot of... oh, what's the one where they end up trying to drill to the centre of the Earth to restart the Earth's core with nuclear weapons? Oh, the core. Where it's like, what will it cost to finish your machine? $11 trillion? Will you accept cash? Oh, don't use cash. Use credit card. Then you can get the think of the air miles. Yes. At which point, that's another film that if you really haven't face-palmed at the film, have you really watched it? Yeah, I'm not even going to bother worrying about the amount of dirt being dropped in that. Forever was bat nipples. Yes. Yes. I need to watch less B-movies. Why? B-movies are the far, far more fun version. B-movies are the thing that make life fun. I mean, I'm fairly sure that Jason Statham and The Rock were actually having a massive contest over who could have the silliest B-movie. Just look at things like The Meg and... oh, what was the other one that was ridiculous that The Rock did? Pretty much half of his blooming movies are hilarious. Nope, yeah. The one where he's up against the big monkey. Statements. You still want a sequel to Hobbs and Shaw? Who doesn't? That's the only decent one in the entire series. It knew it was silly. It really knew it was silly, and so it just leaned into it. Right, I apparently need to lose some of my inventory. I didn't realise I was going to be doing so much. Rampage, thank you. They left the ending open for one, didn't they just? They really need to go back and give a sequel to Hobbs and Shaw. Right. I also need a bucket. Hey, what do you know? I have one. Rampage was silly, which was fun. Okay, that is starting to look much, much nicer as a collapsed area of landscape, which would be a good reason for abandoning the farm. If you had a sudden sinkhole open up underneath you, you pretty much move out. I mean, I know a lot of people would attempt not to, but yeah, if you had a sinkhole open up underneath your farm, you'd probably decide it was time to move. If it opened up beneath you, you'd suddenly move out very, very fast vertically. Yes, exactly. How not to build your buildings. What the heck's a Bonsley? Oh, it looks like a bonsai. I got one of those? No, I haven't. Right, let's go for it. Script for... ooh! Woohoo! I take it that's for the Hobbs and Shaw sequel. Because if it is, all I have to say is, woohoo. It's a not quite fake tree. I mean, go figure. Does that make it tree-rific? There. Yikes. Worse, it's a stone tree. Does that mean it's stony broke? Petrified. Given the number of bad jokes that I've made, I'd be petrified as well. Does that mean I caught a shiny? Did I just finally manage to catch my first shiny? Oh, I got a stone. What the heck? No, it's an item. Oh. More things I'm going to have to go and look up to understand what the heck I've just done. Evolution stone. I'm fairly sure stone doesn't tend to evolve. I might be wrong. Stone is not high on the list of things that tend to evolve. Mutagenic rock. Okay, so apparently I am incredibly wrong. This does not strike me as being a new surprise. Feed it to Mokapon? Mokapon. I'm also suffering from severe amount of deja vu here. So, that's not as... That's worrying. And dyslexia. Nah, just mental breakdown. Now, the deja vu is... I'm pretty sure I've had a moment of... Poker kelp? Oh, poker... Okay, I am going to give up on attempting to understand what I'm attempting to say at the best of times. I did wonder what poker kelp was for a second. Thank you for asking the question that was on my mind there, Tor. Hours watched. Okay, I'm gonna have to have a look at what this one says for me then. No. Loyalty level 1, points 32, next goal, blah blah blah, in this stream 32 of 100. Yeah, I still don't know what that means. It might be down to number of Pokemon caught. I mean, it might be number of hours across multiple streams. Is the other option, because I'm fairly sure Frauke has been watching multiple Pokemon streams. Speaking of Pokemon streams, I do highly recommend the fact that Hunter 555 has been playing Pokemon and is working through one of them. I think it was... Dang it. I was going to say Pokemon Black, but I've lost track. Basically, streaming Pokemon, working through and trying to actually catch all of them. At which point, you can combine both your Pokemon community game and your Pokemon. What's the starter mon? I don't know. Do I look like I know what I'm talking about? Right. You don't face cam. You look like Triniating. There's a reason for not face camming. Besides, I point you at my my avatar for the camera account. My face is literally a camera. Apparently, I need to empty my inventory again. Shush you lot. No. No. Yeah, that will do. Today on What the Heck is Scotsman Doing? That's a very good question, and as soon as Scotsman works it out, we will let you know. Oh yes, coal ore. Oh, that's not going to... Just make it. I'm just going to put the coal in there as well. I pondered a face cam once. Unfortunately, the last time I considered a face cam, the camera exploded. Probably out of self-preservation. You call BS? Nah. You're right. That was entirely made up just for comedy value. Besides, my cameras are mostly pretty good quality. Pretty good quality, yeah. Only 2 days a week, if at all possible. Steve with the camera. Thank you, Gray. Yes, that one I have to admit I found on a skin website, and I have no clue who the artist was. So at some point I will have to replace that with one that I actually commission, which is not completely stolen. Because I do feel bad for not being able to actually acknowledge the artist on this sort of thing. So one of these days I will replace that with one that is from a noted artist. I just need to find someone who does... Well, I say that, but I know of somebody who does Minecraft skins. I just need to work out when my budget is going to extend to that sort of thing. We'll do the same for my main skin. Yes, that is also on my list. I would like to get both skins replaced with ones that actually come from an artist I can actually attribute to. It kind of feels like, you know, 2.5 years in, I should probably get around to doing that. Is it really 2.5? It's not hard, 2.5. We're only 81 days into this year. Good God. You see, the thing about making your own, I'm no good at it. My art skills do not cover that sort of capability. My art skills are more capability brown. And for those who have to look that one up, capability brown has a tendency to be the sort of landscape artist who works with large amount of people creating the landscape. Hey, Loopy. It's a lot of fun once you understand how the layers work. I have enough trouble understanding how I want things to work, let alone how other things functionally are supposed to work. That's better. I was starting to think that this having a single sinkhole that was just a point sinkhole would make no sense at all. So having it as a sinkhole that actually traverses down here might make a lot more sense. And thank you for the lurk. Lurking is always, always awesome. At the moment, Raven, there are days I think I am in the wrong job. Besides, understanding Minecraft and things like this, understanding stuff for my job is generally something that I am actually much more competent with. After all, I spent a large portion of yesterday explaining Layer 3 to somebody. Made all your skins almost since you started playing Minecraft. Loopy, that is way, way too awesome. Never think that surely my job is too easy and I should be actually somewhere else. No. No. I know in places my job is far too easy. I also know in places my job is way, way harder than it should be. Hey, Kel! Thank you for the button boop, and of course, thank you to Taran for continuing to attempt to fund the chaos that is this stream. Toss a skin to your jar, oh valley of plenty, oh valley of... No, wait, what? No tax forms. Not yet. It got very, very close until I remembered to convert from dollars to pounds, and then it missed by quite a bit more. Kel, you're late for the streaking conga line. You're going to have to turn up more promptly for the conga in future. And put some clothes on. Or has it actually cooled off a bit? Or, sorry, is it still ridiculously warm? Which way round is it that I'm planning on thinking? Right. How is this thing looking? This is starting to look actually not bad. I am thinking I like the way that this is going. Which is good, because otherwise I'd have to undo it all. Which would be highly aggravating. Only because it's actually gotten cold, has it, Kel? Given everything you've been complaining about for the last few months about heat, it's nice to know that it's finally starting to cool off. Right. Say that's a deep enough, dark enough hole for this to still possibly end up... Yeah. Let's use this shovel because it's the one that guarantees that this gravel doesn't actually die. Because I would like to actually not turn the gravel into stuff that isn't gravel. I know what I'm attempting to say, even if it doesn't sound like it. Going back from Florida, it's gotten colder every day since you got back. Ah. Whoops. Flint. Yes. I don't want to turn gravel into flint. Well, chatot. Is that a bad version of a chatbot? Where are we? Yeah, why not? Okay, that now feels a lot more like it is a chatty parrot. Keep that away from Kel. They'll start insisting that Tadpole has to catch one of them. So, of course, Kel decides to catch one. Right. Let's start making this look a little bit less stony. I'd like to make it feel a bit more like it's... And immediately after me saying keep that away from Kel, Kel catches one. Oh, the swear bird. Lovely. The concept of a swear bird feels like it's definitely something that I should have. Ah, dear. Why does the concept of a swear bird feel like it's definitely something that should be a member of the Squirrel Libation Army? Yeah. Got banned from competition. Why am I not surprised that it got abused in that way? Welcome to the human race, full of trolls. It didn't. Nintendo preempted it, of course. Hey, Shadow. Right, how are we doing? Starting to actually make this feel like it makes sense, which is probably a bad idea. Let's do that. A couple more of these. Some of these will probably end up I'll come back through with a water bottle and start turning them into water. I don't mean water, I mean mud. Oh, fiddlesticks. I will turn these blocks of dirt into water. Yes, yes, absolutely, Scotsman. Do you really want to actually commit to that statement? Nope. That feels better. I like that. That actually feels more like it's got the remains of the dirt from having collapsed in. Time for the random quote of the day. Thank you for streaking. Yep. I will admit, I have seriously pondered switching on the bot having a random quote every sort of half an hour or so. Given where we are in the number of actual quotes, I might consider adding that around quote 200. I had considered adding it around quote 100, and now Raven is thinking exactly the same thing. Yep. 100 seemed too low. Why did I just use the... I don't need grass blocks. 100 seemed far too low, because it would probably repeat itself an awful lot. 200 feels like a much more sensible time to actually completely humiliate myself with all of the quotes that are in the quote board. Then, yes, I did deliberately say humiliate, because I am very well aware of everything that's in that quote board. Random adventure, the quote bot went on with randomly generated. Yes. My tower is odd, but my stairway is even. Yes. I'm out of dirt. Hi, I'm Scotsman. Ask me about my nether tunnel. Oh my. The interesting thing is, that one's attributed to Elkhorn, not me. So, I'm not sure that one's quoted to me. However, I've just said it, so, oops. Moving right along. Do some fancy free. Way too many Muppet Show movies in my history. Right, I'm going to stop holding the unbreaking because I'm not sure I'm going to be digging up any more gravel. Oh, that looks good. Perfect direct hit. Face planted straight into the water. Almost like I intended it to. Right, what I would like is to start adding in a bit more interest to suggest this used to be rocky. Rocky. Where's Bullwinkle? Moose and squirrel. Oh god, speaking of B movies, never ever would I ever recommend anyone should watch the Rocky and Bullwinkle film. It is so absolutely abysmal. Even I have never watched that one more than once. And I've been known to watch B movies quite a lot. That one just, no. That was terrible. The fact that it was a live-action Rocky and Bullwinkle movie should give you an idea of just how bad it was. I'm gonna guess money. The alternative is money. I mean, they could be making it so that they can deliberately throw it away and ask for some money back for it. B movie doesn't stand for bad, it stands... Well, yes. At which point, A-list B movies, such as anything involving Jason Statham and The Rock, are definitely not B with low budget. Oh no, it's not a matter of making money on. It's a matter of being able to actually claim that they didn't make money and thus get tax benefits for it or something, is probably my guess. Don't get me wrong, I have absolutely no qualms in believing that every company that is a large company is basically out to rig their taxes as hard as possible. I was going to say high, but actually, no, it's rig their taxes as hard as possible. Let's grab a couple of those. That's better. And actually, I think these two need to become cobble and mossy cobble, which also means that I really shouldn't have gravel underneath them. We actually turned that into a post. Ah, yes. That one. That one. Well, I mean, it was good for comedy. It's about the only thing it was good for. Right, now I can move into half-slab territory. I don't know if anyone will ever actually be close to this and be interested in looking at it in sort of reasonable levels of detail, but we will assume that somebody at some point might. I should probably have gotten some stairs as well. So let's turn all of my remaining blocks into stairs. I was about to say, why am I even carrying some armor? I don't normally rely on armor. Normally I rely on running away as fast as possible. Flee with extra flee! Dang it, Minecraft. Why must you be so completely obnoxious when it comes to source blocks? Why is that not a source block? Really, it feels like it should be. Right, I'm going to place all of these and then come back and sort out the complete maniacal monstrosity that is Minecraft's inability to deal with source blocks properly. Actually, no, I'm not. That's a fish. That is not a... Give a Scots a fish, and he'll wonder why you've just given him a fish. Shinks. That sounds like it's the sort of thing that you end up with in prison. You get shinksed. Where are the ones that are still not sourced? No, that was alright. I think I still saw a couple over here that need to be filled in. Minecraft in its water physics. How to confuse the ever-living snake-lights out of people. Snake-lights? Snake-light, available now! For those who... Yeah, no. What? Okay, have we got all of them? Looks like it. Yep, I'd say that's got all of them. Which leaves one more thing to do, which is hit it with some bone meal. I love the fact that my intention was to work on this farm, but the first thing I've done is dig a hole. I mean, yeah. But then, if I didn't know where the hole was going to be, how could I build the farm correctly and collapse it into it? There's some logic there. Not very good, but there's some logic there. I am so glad that we now have a quick way up to the top of this hill. It would have been so annoying not to. Right, what did I come up here for? I know I had a reason. Bone meal. I knew it. I knew it. Bone meal. I know that's not bone meal. But I also need mossy cobble. And cobble. And bone meal. Where's my bone meal? There we are. Do I want to get a glass bottle and do something by way of mud first? Do we want mud in this? I think so. No, that one. Let's also get... Why have I got magenta dye and blue dye in this chest? Those are two things that should not be in a normal chest. Those should be in a chest of dyes. I have a chest of dyes. Why am I not putting stuff in it? Hello, chicken. You know what? I have 4 eggs of indecision. Do I mud? No chicken. Survey says probably not mud then. Whoa, that cliff does not go the way I thought it went. The lack of chicken suggests no mud. Should throw pigs to find mud. Yep. I thought you'd throw trigs to find puffles. Wow. Excuse me while I figure out what the heck that one was. Throw trigs to find No. Yeah, I think that one fell apart rapidly. This is what happens when you put away the bucket. It just basically then gives you no choice but to need it again. I'm left thinking I should have had the camera count closer to the surface there and just gone, it's been 84 years. I don't know what is going on. Right. Okay, now that we've got a load of dead stuff in, let's add in some live stuff to cover up the fact that there's a lot of dead stuff. See, that looks so much better apart from the stuff that still needs waterlogged. Don't suppose you can waterlog with a glass bottle. That would be too easy, wouldn't it? Yep, that would have been too easy. Wait, you can't waterlog grass? Huh. Never knew that one. Probably did. And you can't waterlog dirt. Farmland. That's better. Right. So if I want to do bits of this as... Yes, that's exactly what I mean. Please assume that the difference between what I say and what I mean is actually quite large. That's better. You see, the mud at the edge of the water might make more sense. There we are. Yes, yes. That makes more sense. Ooh. Yay! It's out, is it? Yep. Awesome. So are you still thinking and hoping for tomorrow? That is currently the plan. Right, then I am going to hit this button and recommend that everybody who is interested in watching Horizon Forbidden West should absolutely be following Raven, because their goal is to play Horizon Forbidden West tomorrow. And that's a goal. No promises. Just accept it when it does turn up. It will turn up, and it will be absolutely awesome to watch. Fun way of getting to see the actual plotline of these stories without actually having to play through it yourself if you're no good at it, or if you actually enjoy watching and listening to it going through. And yes, if they do stream tomorrow, the odds are we've just found our raid target. Right. Since I can't waterlog the stuff with a bottle, let's find another bucket. I should never have put the bucket away. This is my own fault. There's a hole in my bucket, dear Liza, there's a hole in my bucket. Whee! Right. Interesting. Interesting. Right, which ones of these are not waterlogged? There are days that I think Minecraft does this deliberately, just to annoy me. I mean, really, look at this. All of these things that just did not waterlog after I placed them. And for those wondering why I keep going to a corner, it's because I don't trust Minecraft not to then mess up and leave me with water flowing into a semi-incomplete block in the middle of the water. Right. Is that all of them? Did we get everything waterlogged that should have been? I am going to go with maybe. That's looking right. That's looking valid. That's looking good. That's looking pretty cool. I really like that. As an area that has collapsed under, I think we can have some fun with this. You want to start today? Still in co-live? Yeah. No. Look after yourself. Self-care is best care, I believe, is the statement that a lot of people threw at me recently. And, yeah. Don't rush it. We'll still be here waiting. And you know dang well that I plan on sitting there with that on in the background constantly. I'm almost tempted to actually do what I've done in the past with green glass and brown candles and put some cattails into this. But equally, I think cattails in this area would be wrong because it's a sinkhole. I don't know if it would be right for the cattails to be in it. So I'm going to think about that. Too deep for cattails. Point, it does drop very, very quickly. Some of these areas, however, I'm going to have to upgrade this entire river, aren't I? I am going to have to go through and upgrade this entire... Oh, God, I sound like Fwip. No! I don't wanna. It's bad enough that I'm going to end up having to upgrade the cliff. Oh, dear. Why do I do this to myself? What did just why? Why? Right. Let's see. Scope creeper. Yeah. I never met a scope that I couldn't creep on. Right, let's see. Did I have any... I didn't have... Oh, why do I not have any mossy stone brick? I thought I made mossy stone brick. I do so love having a nice, easy access to the top of the hill. It makes it so much easier. Really? That wasn't already a quote? I'm somewhat surprised that wasn't already a quote. It's not the first time I've said that. Obviously, luck had been on my favour. Luck had been on my favour? Luck had been on my favour, and that one had not made it into the quote list. Yeah. Come on, Scots. You can word. We know you can. Right, let's get rid of that and that. Until now. Well, yes. I just saw this flapping in the breeze and thought it was something attacking me. Double checked and it isn't. Ah. How shocking. Shocking, I tell you. Right. What was I doing? Oh, yes. Why does that monkey have gloves on tentacles? You know... Pokemon. When you don't really want to ask that question. Those are its tails. So why is it wearing gloves on them? Like I said, I'm not really sure I want to know the answer to this. And apparently Tor is just feeling way, way, way too excited about it. Oh yes, I was going to get... Let's go with... No. Let's go with yes. Let's go with yes. Yes is a good thing to go with sometimes. Time to go shopping, Tor. You've been sat here enough. Whee! You have data entry going on. Right, so I want this to be stairs. But what I do not want to do is make it all stairs. I want to put in some half slabs and a couple of other bits so that it looks like this is broken down and smegged. That's scaffolding. That is not going to make it look broken down and smegged. You see, that you can still climb easily. Which, given that we want this to be where the pillagers will come through, is entirely important. I could do with a half slab in mossy stone brick. Or 3. That's stairs, Scots. You know, when you said mossy stone brick, you meant slabs. Grr. Yep. Let's put a cracked stone brick over here. So that's... Nothing here is more than a solid block tall. So it's still something that you can jump up and down entirely. So one thing I found yesterday after stream was having this here actually helped with the capture of the Gordons, because it funneled them in and made sure there was a longer area that they were actually following me in a straight line. And as a result, they ended up almost all following me into this area and deciding, oh, that's nice, we'll follow him into this, and attempting to catch me underground. That doesn't sound at all wrong. And in doing so, that's why I ended up with 4 new Gordons yesterday. In a corner next to the top stair. I'll have a look at that in a second. No, I want this to be that. Excuse me. I don't want that. So I want this to look a little bit like things have collapsed in this area as well. Oh, you mean here? Yeah. I was trying to work out what I was going to... You mean like that? Yeah. No. I'm not sure which way round is inner and outer in this instance. Do you have an innie or an outie? No, yeah, I'm not even going to bother with the semantics around this. As far as I'm concerned, this is just stuff that needs to be occasionally messed with. No. Thank you. I did not order rain. Not even Lena rain. I put the bucket away. Why? Well, we'll come back to that. Because what I'm going to do is leave... I'm going with the whole hog of having... hey, lady. With having stone brick floors and actually have them cracked and broken and missing sections so that some of them are waterlogged and you name it. Hey, that's useful. You can actually run all the way straight up the middle of that without actually having to do a single jump. Can you do that on this side? Yes. So it's only if you go up the center of the blocks that you have to consider jumping. But if you go up even remotely the middle of it, or the midline between two blocks, you just run straight up. Well, that was unplanned, but awesome. Right. Where were we? Breaking things. Do not need wheat seeds. I really wish you could have cracked stone brick stairs. Cracked stone brick stairs would make my life so much easier. And better. Right, let's make these arches just a fraction wider and more arch-like. Doing that hole there, however, has thrown away the fact that this is an arch and just turned it into an absolute mess. So let's not do that. We can sort of... What we can do is a bit of this and a half slab at the bottom, sort of there to hint at stuff collapsing. And actually we can turn that into a half slab. Yes, that's a bit better. So we've got signs of degradation. And that one we turn into a cracked stone brick to explain why it's all collapsing around it. It's a ruin, right? That's basically... I mean, yes, but I like my ruins to still have the ability to see the original shape in them. If you ruin too much, if you take out too much of it, you lose that that grounding with the original design. I mean, here you can see there's an arch, and there's a bit of an arch missing there, and a bit of an arch missing here, and now there's a bit on the floor. What I might do is swap a couple of blocks at some point for stone walls in places so that they look like something's fallen off. So if I were to take this one and swap it for... That still feels wall-like and like it was originally solid, but it now just is missing a little bit more. Except, removing it there, again, you've lost the shape too much. If, however, I were to take out this one, then it looks like there's bits fallen off the side, as opposed to bits just completely missing. Yay, we got rid of the rain. Woohoo! And to hammer home that point, we just put that over the top, and it now looks like this has actually collapsed a bit. And if we do that there, then we end up with a section of wall that's just broken and slipped. I spent way too much time thinking about this. But what I might do is actually swap that for, and that for mossy cobble. So it looks like it really has broken down. And my inventory is full. My inventory is a great pile of steaming mess. Put that there for the moment. My inventory is exactly what I'm attempting to do. My inventory is a ruin. There. So now we've got the cracked brick leading into mossy stone, or missy? Missy cobble. Hey, mini packs. So yeah, you can see that it's sort of gone from, and I really should probably take that one out and replace it with a mossy stone brick. So that we've got the consistency. We've got the mossy stone brick, we've got the mossy cobble, where the wall is broken further, we've got the... Yes, that's better. God, I'm spending too much time on small details. What a shame. Oh, the humanity. Right. Right. This should probably have more rubble in it. Because there's going to have to be something indicating where there used to be a roof line. How much of the upper floor... Do I want any of the upper floor to exist at all? I think maybe I'll have a little bit of this side go all the way up to where there used to be an upper floor. Bury these a bit more. Make them look like they're buried. Bring this up. Except, do I want to have the remains of a window? Yes. Yes, I do. So if we do that, what we can do is put the remains of a window in, and then start to just drop loads of rubble here towards the edge of this to indicate where the roof has collapsed. Or at least the wall that used to be here, because we're going to have a lot more loss of building. A lot more loss of building. Yeah. Words not really coming strongly today. Actually, yes, I've done both packs. The worst thing has been building a building and then choosing not to ruin it. However, I think the best example of it is the caldera, where I built pretty much the entirety of the tavern at the caldera and then broke it. Which... if I remember rightly... where's the... if we head over to here and wait for the camera count to catch up. So, if I swap to this one, this building I intended to actually ruin a lot more originally, to the point at which it's only got a hole in the roof. But this building I built as ruins completely. So this one started as ruins. This one, I think started as ruins, but this one we built almost completely and then ripped to pieces. Particularly out the back here. And actually, in taking out the pieces, that's why there's all the rubble on the floor, because what I did was I actually attempted to conserve mass, so that for every block I ripped out, I dropped it on the floor. Blimey, that is a big one. Something tells me I should be looking at one of the heavy balls for that. Yeah, I missed it. That's what I get for continuing to talk a lot. Right. But, yes. Starting with a new build. As I say, it kind of works both ways. It depends a lot on the build that you're going for. A lot of my builds I have built broken. This one here, for example, I built totally broken. But then I already had the building next door to it that I'd already fully built. So I built this end first as a solid, and then went, well, I know what it looks like solid. I don't need to work out how to build it all. I can just build it broken. Hey, Ritsu. This building, I have absolutely no idea what it actually looks like as a full building. So I'm just going to kind of make it up as I go along. Go figure. But I'd like to put a window here. Or the remains of one. Let's do that. That. And a bit of this. Still relatively... Never built anything like... I mean, the builds that you do, Pax, are phenomenal. And it just... I mean... I can safely say, the builds that I work on... it's taken me 2.5 years of building in this world. Well, 2.25. Whatever it is. To reach the point where I'm doing this sort of build and not thinking about it to the nth degree anymore. And even then, I'm sitting here going, do I want that? No, do I want that? I'm still dissecting everything. So, even with a world where I have a style that I have settled on, I'm still not sure what I'm doing. And I think that's the thing. Over time, I've built up this... I think this is very similar to something that that Fwip was saying. Over time, I've built up this mental idea of what this world looks like, and the build styles and the buildings in it. And so I can see them in my mind a lot more. And as a result, I don't have to think them through quite as often. Where did the cracked stone bricks go? There they are. But I can only do that because I've built so much of this world over the time. Yes, that's nice. Let's put in... Yeah, that's the one. Exactly. That's the perfect way of describing it, Pax. Whoops. somewhere in the back of my head, I have a style guide of how this world exists. And as a result of that style guide existing, I know... it's like... we went back recently and I took the portal in Lagville, and I took that to bits and built it to match the evolved form of the way that I've been building my nether portals. Because the original, very first nether portal I built in this world was much more netherrack and looking like it had escaped from the nether. And now I've evolved into having it look more like they're sort of buried stargates, made of made of blackstone and deep slate. And so that's one of the areas where I've actually gone back and updated that area of the world just a little bit, because it didn't fit with the lore that I'd built into this world now. Oh god, I have lore! Struggling with the orca, because I'm not happy with that style guide, coincidentally. Yeah. I'm sure you will absolutely manage to figure out what your goal is. And that's the thing. I've set myself a problem here. And I'm gonna go with it. I'm gonna go with it. So one of the things that I was thinking earlier is I don't like having stone floors and stone walls, because they kind of... it all ends up being grey. But I think for this build, stone floors and stone walls will probably work. But I'm going to use it by having much more... You'll need one of those after you've dug all your pits. You'll get there, Frauke. I think for this one I can get away with using a lot more of the broken stone and the stone brick on the floor itself. Yeah, no. And then we can fill it in with areas of... Yes, andesite a little bit. Oh no, that's too big of a colour contrast. I need to gradiate it. Gradiate it? Woohoo! Food delivery. Have a good look. That should be mossy stone brick. And then it should go out from mossy stone brick to no. To stone brick. And to cracked stone brick in places. And then from the cracked stone brick, then it can go to Flopmeister. Greetings. Thank you for the raid. Hello again. You were in yesterday and... Oh, goodness. You were working in Minecraft on... Oh, dang it. My brain has lost track of what you were working on. I'm so sorry. How was it going today, though? Do you have time to stop and say? If not, thank you for the raid, and do raid and run as necessary. Dang it. I hate it when I forgetting things. And the hardcore nether perimeter. Yes. Very much ridiculous amounts of respect for that one. Doing well today. Currently working on a broken down farmhouse at the bottom of a cliff that's had the cliff collapse on it. How is the nether perimeter going? Are you making enough progress on it that you are happy with it? let's go with a couple of those, a bit more of this. I want to actually put a few more sections of collapsed floor in. So let's get some... Now, I don't want any of this to be... I don't want any of this to be full blocks that are down by a half slab. I want it to be at most sort of quarters. Reason being, I want this to be possible for pillagers to walk over without any form of slowing up. Because this is, of course, part of the pillager capture and release scheme. And by release, I mean naming, shaming, and storing as Gordons. Oh, that's nice. That's feeling solid. What I might do is... I'm going to leave this corner of the building as looking like it's been robbed out. Because that always happens. For those who aren't used to it, collapsed buildings like this would often have any good stonework nicked by the locals. If it wasn't nailed down, the locals would nick it because it was good stonework and use it in something else. Because why waste good stonework? So, often you will find that much of a building is just missing. Things like this, you probably wouldn't nick because, well, you're going to have be careful about it not collapsing on you. And over here, you probably don't want to nick it because you've got a mountain collapsing on you. I have too much of a history of watching things like Time Team. And as a result, I have learned these sorts of elements. Welcome back, Pax. But yes, if it wasn't nailed down and it was good quality stone, it tended to be nicked almost immediately after a building was in trouble. Flooring is harder to rip up. But I plan on putting much more of this section as probably gravel. Do I have gravel? No, I don't. Coarse dirt and gravel and so forth at this end of the building. Even lesser stones would migrate to a primitive. Yes, because stone wall creation often needs a lot of nice rubble. But that one would probably be mossy. Yeah, that's a bit more like it. Food-wise. Let's see. Let's put a couple of those in. And what we can do is we can put some gravel and a couple of bits of moss in on this one. Just groceries. Groceries can be exciting, but yeah. Oh, this is... I like the way this is starting to feel. I also do not like the fact that... Oh, I was like, why isn't nothing moving? And it's not moving because I'm moving the wrong camera. Derp. Not like a nice hot pizza. Ooh. Now I want a pizza. My inventory is an absolute steaming mess. Right, let's get rid of a few things by using our recruitment tunnel to get back up to the top of the hill. Oh, this recruitment tunnel is so useful. Also, here we have our recruits, happily ensconced in their minecarts, and the ones who were sat there shooting at me yesterday evening. The trapdoors just raise the block enough that they think they can shoot me, and they end up just shooting the trapdoor constantly. So I can sit in front of this and just let him shoot me. Far more useful than sitting in a boat with them. What I should have done, I realised, I should have set up these 3 neutering chambers so that they were a horseshoe, so that I could stand in the middle of all 3 and be shot at constantly without having to move. Raven's suggestion is put rails on the floor here and sit in a minecart and just go back and forth being shot at. The only problem with that is, how do I then put these buttons in? So I need to have a think about that. And Raven is now doing his perfectly good impression of a pillager. But I do know that he's actually pondering and thinking. Yeah, I didn't think of it until after you'd said it, Raven. The buttons are for triggering release of those pillagers out of those enclosures and into the holding zone. So there are powered rails here, which is what stops the minecarts and holds them here. And the buttons trigger that and send them out into this area. The whole thing is highly automated in a ridiculous manner. I mean, the honest thing is, as people start to run out of points, thankfully, and the number of Gordon recruitments, I could do, but it's how would I trigger it? As the number of recruitments go down, I'm probably not going to need multiple Gordons per stream. At least I'm hoping. And so it'll probably be fine. And Landstrad immediately proves me wrong. And I know Frauke has many, many more. Neatly fits with how many more you want. Excellent. Excellent. I swear the comedy of all of this is actually great. I keep commenting about how there are so many of them, but I'm having a great amount of fun in watching all of these be recruited and the naming of them and working out where they're going and so forth. Button behind the rail, depends on what's under the floor. At the moment, nothing's under the floor, so it is open season at some point. Let's just turn all of that into gravel. And let's take out a couple of these. And I'd like to have... Oh, no, that's the block I wanted there. That's a fish. That's not a building material, Scots. Fish do not make sensible building materials. If you or anyone else knows how to use fish as building materials, congratulations. How? Right, this lot I feel shouldn't be as grassy. It feels like this should be more gravelly and broken, because this is landslip zone. I chopped trees down with a herring. I'm going to need some translation there for okay. Point totals are entirely down to personal choice. I do not... I'm not point shaming, if that makes sense. I don't use a herring as an axe. I have never used a herring in a... oh, it's a Monty Python quote. I should have known. Apparently my Monty Python radar didn't go off there. Of course, Hunter will probably be upset at me. Because I noticed earlier today that one of the major Partwork magazine manufacturers is attempting to do something very, very silly. And they're testing whether or not people want to buy a Partwork for building a Dalek. At which point my response was, why? I mean, yes, there are a lot of Whovians who are going to go, ooh, Dalek, yes please. Until they look at how much it's going to cost them. And the size. It's a 1/2 scale, yeah, it's £11 per issue. And there's 140 issues. At which point my brain went, that's 1,600 odd pounds. Or for those not using metric, 3.5 kilos. That is real Dalek money, yes. I mean, the fact that it's half scale and actually is mobile is quite impressive. And thank you to Virtually Supine for the follow as well. Doing well on follows here today. Could Davros yourself for that much. I think Davrosing yourself would definitely require a significant investment in large amounts of genetic research. I wouldn't recommend it. I feel like I should have been using more... You have an extra chromosome already, you're good. Oh, awesome. Just use that. Okay, this is feeling much more like a collapsed building. I like it now. It's got hints of what the building used to be, and yet it's not going to block any traversal by a pillager, which is the important factor. Because anything that's going to delay a pillager following me up this staircase and into the recruitment tunnel is a bad thing. What I do think I need to do is put some way of... So one of the things I've been finding is I have to stand here for them to follow me in because they lose visibility. I think I need to do a little bit more shaping of this area to increase their tendency to fall into this hole. Yay for recruitment tunnels. Ah! Yes, I don't think you've seen this in use packs, have you? So basically, the intention is I will either come from that pillager outpost or from that pillager outpost along the paths leading from both. And in doing so, I basically have a set of pillagers follow me up here and into the trapdoor path, and they fall down it. And then they get washed along here, which was an interesting bit of physics to work out. And then they go up a a bubble spout to a holding area up at the top, which is where they can then be neutered and recruited. Might be worth double checking now that we've built all of this. How many times have I fallen in? So far, surprisingly, none. which means that I will probably fall in the next time. Probably by being shot. And given that it's 7:30, this feels like a good point to double check that nothing we've built has messed that up. Because that would be a crying shame. So, let's empty my inventory of blocks that I want to look after. And pick up some armor. And some fireworks. And get rid of the gravel. Coarse dirt goes into the coarse dirt chest. Andesite was in this one. Yes, it was. Now that you've actually had me discuss this, I am going, have I messed any of this up as a result of all of this build? And I don't want to mess it up. So before we get too far into building it, I think I'm finding myself lucky that because I traverse it from the side that... Oh, hold on. I need to move my bed. So I've gotten into the habit of traversing it from the side where the trapdoors are and immediately holding down shift. So I come in here and hold down shift and miss. So I'm shifting straight onto the trapdoors. Right, let's go on a recruitment test. Boy, does that sound wrong. Come on, boys, time to take the king's shilling. You're about to be press ganged. Oh, heck. And typically the sun is setting. So let's not do this in the dark. That would be a bad idea. Come on. The odds that there's now a pillager in the floor below me. Ah, there isn't. Excellent. Welcome back, Raven. We're on a press gang tour to make sure that what I've built hasn't actually broken the ability to press gang pillagers. Oh, you're going to be a problem. I do not want a pillager with a... Ah! Right. You lot. Come on. Follow me. Could do, or we'll probably find that we lose a couple on the way because they tend to shoot each other in the back as they're running. So we can just hope that he's one of the ones who gets lost. I really need to build this bridge out properly. I also don't have anything that I can burn it with. Come on, shoot yourselves. For once, I actually want you to shoot each other. Nope, where's the stairs? There they are. They're faster than you remember. I've been finding that they are actually really very fast. I'm actually having to sprint to keep away from them. And I've lost one. And it's not one I wanted to lose. It would have been useful if it had been Banner Boy. Come on, shoot Banner Boy. Thank you. That's better. Shoot him a few more times and I'll be happy. And he's back at the back again. Well, with luck, he'll tail off. Yeah, he's slowing up. Come on, boys. Leg it. Run away! Flee with extra flee! I mean, to be honest, this is a recruitment test. Odds are I'm not actually going to recruit any of these guys. I'll just leave them in the pit at the top of the water pit, and then they'll just despawn. Now, one thing that I found yesterday was it was better not to go over the bridge. Excellent. Down to 3. It was better just to cut across the river here. If I'd wanted 5, I would have actually gone back and tried to collect them. But since this is only a test, this is only a drill. I'm not sure if it's a Ryobi or if it's a DeWalt, but it's still just a drill. Come on, you 3. Your swimming lessons are great, but I need you to actually keep going. 1, 2, 3. Yes, there you are. Black & Decker? Maybe. Honestly, I think I prefer Ryobi, but that's mostly just bad choices. No, stop shooting each other. Makita. Makita is a good choice as well. Yikes. Come on. 1, 2. Did we get all 3? Yep. 1, 2. Where did number 3 go? Look, stop hiding in the corner. I need you to follow me. Preferably quite quickly. Akira, hello and welcome. Thank you for joining us. No, number 3 is not going in the pit. Oh well. You see, that's what I meant about needing to fix the entrance to the area. 1, 2. Thank you for the follow as well. So that's not bad. We've got 2 very easily here. And one of them's now currently attempting to swim. He's attempting to swim for it. So, the good news is, the stuff that we've been building has not ruined the ability to recruit. Hail Hydrate. Squeaky Bottle of Doom. I really should actually ask Kiyumi if I can add a Squeaky Bottle of Doom emote to the commissioning list. Except I've already paid for the ones that are... so, yes. Actually, I've got a spare box to stick a pillager in. This one. Right, let's recruit one of these guys. Hello. Into there. Nope. And that'll be the last shot he gets off that actually hits. Because from here on out, I can just stand here, he will shoot the trapdoor, and eventually his crossbow will break. And he will look very, very confused during the process. And eventually, he will become another pillager, ready for people to recruit. What happens if I back up a block, I get shot. Actually, no, I don't think I do. No, it's the other way. It was when I had an empty gap or something else there. So I could... Oh, no. Yeah, I have to be I have to be careful. If I go slightly off, he can shoot me. If I was in a cart, he might not target me. I think I'm just high enough in a cart that he will... Because I seem to remember that I can actually crouch. Oh. Those are in the way. Hey, Nuska. Yeah, he'll still shoot at me if I'm crouching. Whoa. He seems to have a good shot every so often. Yeah. Right, I will neuter him for later. Scotland forever, absolutely. Right, and you, sir, I regret to inform you, you are surplus to requirements. You will probably end up just despawning. I'm so terribly sorry. They look so upset sat there in their minecarts. Don't worry. As of now, you are you horrible little lot are ready for recruitment. So the next time somebody around here in Channel Point Land turns in their channel points, you lot will be recruited, will be named, and will be assigned to a barracks. So, keep your chin up, chaps. And before I launch myself off a cliff, do remember to swap back to having an elytra on. Oh dear. Am I getting weirder? Nope. I was always this weird. Where were we? What were we doing? Ah yes, we were working on turning all of this into a series of buildings. So we got one building in. That's looking pretty good. I like that building. I'm tempted to... No, I'm not. I was going to say I'm tempted to put in a little corner of roof or ceiling somewhere, but I don't think I want to. I think I want to just leave this as being... And I'm moving the camera counter around and people can't see what I'm thinking. I think if I added more, it would give... I like the idea of this just being a hint. No, I don't think I want to actually add to this. I think that is now roughly the... You have plans for your leader and his mount. Yeah, we'll see about that one. You're stuck on further retainers. Wow, that's a tough question. Bed. What was I? I'm thinking, however, for the outer walls, I might swap to cobbled deep slate. Oh, sorry, cobbled deep slate. I might slot words. Words are good. And I'm sure the dictionary that's about to be thrown at me will probably be just as solid as ever. Need to refresh your Norse mythology. Yeah. Oh, ow! An entire sea trunk. That's just not fair. The problem with if I go with the cobbled deep slate for the outer wall, which would look fantastic because it's a good colour good colour contrast. I can word. I don't have gravel in it, so I'm metal. The other thing is, let's grab some dark oak and see what we can do about making the wall look like it might have been a bit more solid. Dictionary of Obscure Sorrows. Dang it! Now I want to update the list of options with that dictionary, because that sounds far more fun to include in the list. What do we want? Oh, actually, am I going to hate myself if I go with browns for the exterior wall? Because we've not really gone to blacks by way of stone colours up here. Except on highlight blocks. Most of this is red, browns and stones and so forth. We've been veering away quite heavily from the deep slate palette on this world. Now the question becomes, is this farm predating the pillagers, or is this effectively something that used to be here, or was here, and the pillagers had to abandon it because of collapsing? Because if it predates them, it could be a different colour palette. And a different colour palette might be a nice thing to have and explain why it's ruins and completely ignored. Because the pillagers have come in and are not predate. Yeah. At which point a different colour palette works. Okay, so let's go with the deep slates and the cracked deep slates and the cracked deep slate tiles and bricks and emotions that we all feel but don't have the words to express. I don't have words to express myself at the best of times, let alone even when I don't want to. Cobbled. I've got a decent amount of materials that are already usable here. That'll be good, because that means I don't have to actually create them. You know what? Why be stupid and fill my inventory when I can do this really, really useful thing called picking up the shulker? There's just... is that the dark oaks? Yes, it is. Let's pick up that one as well. The meaning of liff. I can't remember if I've read that one or looked at it. Geronimo! I did remember to put on a... Yes, I did. My life just flashed before my eyes as I tried to remember if I'd put the elytra back on. Oh, goodness. I'm trying to remember if I've looked at that one. Oh, yeah, that definitely sounds like something from Douglas Adams. Right, now that I've got that, I can use this for water supply, because that's now an infinite water source. We can make it look like some of this is waterlogged because it's old, ancient, broken down, and at the bottom of a hill, which is where water would come down. And so having most of this waterlogged would be a good thing. In fact, I'm probably going to waterlog everything that is a half slab. None of these are... Wrong one. None of these are half slab, Scots. You know this. Oh, for goodness sakes. This, as noted earlier, these are deliberately not half slabs, because now you can just run straight over the top of them and you don't have to worry about it. Belny is the cool feeling on the Have you ever listened to I'm Sorry I Haven't a Clue, Pax? The radio show on Radio 4. Some would lightly call it a quiz show. I believe what you're also describing is what they would call the Uxbridge English Dictionary, which is where they basically have alternative meanings for words. I'm trying to think of a few, but my brain has completely forgotten all of their jokes. Right. So, if I were an outer wall, which is not a statement that really makes sense to start even saying. Actually, no. Let's not do it there. Let's bring it in by 2. If I were an outer wall, why would I be an outer wall? Oh, See, that immediately gives that corner a lot more, a lot less common sense when it doesn't hit the ground properly. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's make it 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. At which point I probably want to move these back, which probably makes more sense. Give me a little bit. Do have an Uxbridge. I didn't realise they'd actually created an actual physical copy of it, but given it's the BBC, and the BBC are not one to turn down an opportunity to make money out of stuff. Where are we? We're on the 57 line. 57 line. So I need to put... Where's my corner? There's my corner. 1, 2, here. 1, 2, here. Ah. Nice. I reiterate my earlier statements from another day. You really do remind me an awful lot, and this is entirely in a good way, of the sort of mythology of Jamie Hyneman, who seems to have done everything at some point in history. It really does occasionally feel like the same is true for you, Pax. How many... Yeah, it's called ADHD. Well, if it's kept you sane-ish over the years, then doesn't matter what it is. 30 different jobs, many of them overlapping. I mean, cool. That is a fantastic way of gaining life. Gaining life. There may be some elements to that statement that are missing. Not all of them are in the right place. And apparently I need to sleep before we end up being attacked by suicide shrubs again. After that one that decided that hole I was filling in yesterday needed to be redone, I do not want to have another creeper turn up and critique my work. I was not happy about that. I mean, who invited the creepers to critique my work? I didn't. I'm fairly sure the SLA didn't. Managing bookshops it really sounds like a fun one. I know that probably... Hello, sheep. It was hilarious, though. Well, I refuse to comment on that, Raven. Again, we don't want to leave too much material around, because as with the walls of the building, anything that is valuable and usable would probably have been wandered off with in the middle of the night as fast as blooming possible. Because who in their right mind is going to leave good material lying around? I feel like I need to do another... Actually, no, hold on. Yes. 6 jobs shoved into a manager-shaped trench coat. I did not realise that the SLA had alternative career progressions. Wait a minute. Who stole the last 2.5 hours? I'm pretty sure that time should not have disappeared quite that quickly. The farm. Gives new meaning to buying the farm. Put it under your flask and forgot about it. Oh, well. And Pokemon ran off with it. Well, at least it's not the SLA running off with it. Let's put one of those there. A couple of bits here. Again, I'm just hinting at where there used to be bits of stuff. No, wrong one. I think I would know exactly which chest was which by nowadays. By nowadays? Yeah. Let's stick... Actually, I've changed my mind on this. I want to put in a couple that look like they're old and burned. Burn them. Burn them. Yes, that's much better. I mean, the SLA basically exists to keep the information in my head arranged, organised, and retrieved. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They also exist as a perfectly good comedy act. And no, actually, let's do that. Whoops, you need to be supported. So let's do... No, not there. Let's have a couple of those that have fallen. I still need to work out what to do with this building, that building, and more importantly, this one that is going to be in the corner here. This one is going to be the difficult one, because that was originally going to be quite a big grain silo or something. This one I might actually build almost complete and have it as a dovecot, or fill it with chickens, because Minecraft doesn't have ducks or doves. Unless, of course, you watch Archaea Plays, who happens to have replaced all of their chickens with ducks. They even quack. It's hilarious. I get the feeling that I watch way too many different streamers. It's awesome. It means that I get all sorts of ideas from watching other people. Where do I get my time? No. A lot of it is very similar to PAX, I suspect. It's just background noise. Quite often, if I'm working from home, I will just have a stream on in the background for background noise as a way of keeping my brain under control. And in doing so, I end up just listening. Not consciously, though. Strange comment, but accurate. Sometimes the innocuous becomes the most fun. Let's do that. I haven't done that on many of these. I've occasionally, yeah. I have been known to have a stream on in the background on my computer when I'm in the office, but under those circumstances it really is, it's just audio only. This is starting, I'm really liking the way this wall is going. It's feeling a lot, oh wow. I've just looked at A, the time, and B, the camera count. So let's swap over to the camera count. Just adding in the remains of that wall, and I need to put in a lot more of it, and then what I do need to do is put in coarse dirt along the sections between it to indicate where grass won't grow because it's got rubble underneath it. Yep, far too much time watching Time Team. Right, let's put this lot out of my inventory. You come back here. You don't go in there. And I'm going to leave those there. And I know I'm on the wrong account, but I'm just going to basically run this one up out of the way. And then I'm going to switch the camera count over to Pretty's mode. Because it is that time. I think once we add in the coarse dirt to show where there used to be walls and probably some gravel, I need to go and get a lot more cobbled deep slate. And deep slate, I suspect. That one. Ooh. Okay, the time of day is really messing with our ability to see this well, but actually it's quite gloomy in a fun way. What? Oh, that's not a good sign. Right. Don't visit the ruins in the witching hours. Toss a ruin to your witcher. Ruins are plenty. Ruins are plenty. Toss a ruin. The interesting thing is, I think the water textures have changed. I've updated the pack. I've done something and updated the water textures, and they look different more recently. But that said, I'm really happy with the way that looks. Am I going to throw some ruin in the pool? Yes, I will definitely throw some ruin in the pool. There would have been a wall there. It will definitely be under it. Yeah, something's not the same on the water, which is a shame. Right, let's sleep to see what this looks like in early morning. Ooh. And there we have the long shadows of the morning. And if we look at it with the Temple of Yag Skrem in the background, which of course you can't see because all the overlays are in the way. There we are. Temple of Yag Skrem in the background. I like that. That is quite gorgeous as a picture. bring those back. I need to put a button into getting rid of the absolute overlay. But I am liking this. I think tomorrow we will come back, and given that was one day worth of work, you never know, we might be able to actually do a bit of wrapping up on this for Friday. Now I've said it, it'll probably take 3 more days. Probably because we all know the scope will creep. Wrapping Friday. Who knows? Right. However, we have reached that point where the evening is catching up with us, and I need to go and take a break. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, and everybody I would have... Right. Thank you to everyone for joining me this evening. I have had great fun. We've made a lot of progress, and this build is looking fun. I do hope everyone has a good time zone. I hope everyone has a fantastic evening. I will be back again tomorrow at my usual time, 2.5 hours previously to now, where we will see exactly whether or not I can focus for long enough to actually manage to get this progressing, or before the scope creeps manage to kick in and we end up with even more to build. Either way, I hope everyone has a good time zone. I hope everyone has a fantastic evening, be it working, relaxing, or anything else. And I will catch you all again soon. Bye-bye.